Hello everybody, and it looks like we've got a frozen camera. So give me 2 shakes of a lamb's tail and see if we can straighten this out. Alright. And it looks like the answer is yes for now. Woohoo! Okay, welcome everybody. Welcome. So we've had quite a week this week. We went a little bit deep, and what I'm going to do today is continue on what I started yesterday and try to push this forward into something that's actually going to give us some information rather than what. But there's still a couple of problems we have to work out. I think before we get started, we should talk about our schedule for next week. Being Christmas week, we're going to have a regular schedule Monday through Wednesday on YouTube, which is 8 a.m. student feedback, morning jumpstart, 1:30 studio time, and with a little bit of luck, next week or a little bit after, I don't know. Anyway, soon we hope to have the new light, and that's going to change things, we hope. And 1:30 studio time, and then 8 o'clock at night, we visit the masters. We study the masters a bit. What else we got? We got anything else? Monday and then
Thursday morning, we're doing morning jump start, and then we take a break, and Jason comes back on Monday.
There we go. There you have it. If you're in the classes, we'll have a Zoom Monday morning, and then our Friday Zoom will be moved to Thursday morning. All right. Okay, so let's put something in front of me so I know what to do. I don't know what to say if I'm not working on something, so we're going to start a new layer here. Oh, you know what? Let's do a little tour in case people weren't around to let them know what we're working on and what we're doing here. So yesterday, little recap. This was the original reference, and as you can see, this was from quite a few years ago. This is a park right down the street from us. Not right down, literally at the end of our street. Very close. We spent a lot of times there, so I know this well. And then behind her, or looking sideways back into the picture, we're looking down Los Osos Valley there. And so I want this to be about her. I ended up erasing this post out of there. These are the reeds. These will be lowered so that we can see like the top of the grass running back. These reeds are going to be moved down to the bottom here. And I'm debating on the size and shape of this tree right now. Okay. So at this point, this was done, I don't know, a long time ago as a quick sketch. Then I threw this together quickly because I didn't have enough time to do it right. And so this was, gosh, was that a year or more ago I was doing that? Mm-hmm. Anyway, it was a long time ago. So I've got one more canvas here for a color study once I figured it out. And then we have an 18-inch by 48-inch. So 1.5 by 4 feet that I hope that this will go on eventually. So there's that's already been sanded and is ready to be painted over. Like I said, that was from a while ago. And this one you can probably see is pretty rough. Getting close to maxing out here.
Yeah.
Pretty rough here. So, but again, the general idea is there, but it just hasn't really been aesthetically laid out yet. Okay, and then we're not going to redo it, but we went through all these photos for color references and color schemes I could consider. And then I have these for profiles to refer to. And then I have a bunch of reference images of the valley and that area that I use too. So basically, if you can see this from here, and then all of this is what I'm currently using to reference to do my painting. Okay, so it's always a composite. Let's get out of here before our computer blows up and get back to this. And let's see where we are on the iPad. So do-si-do. We'll go up here. All right, so this is where we were yesterday, where we left off. I have a little recap there. So we talked about the ideas, where we're going to put this stuff, how, why. Moved it around. Roughly got everything in there.
Hello, Miss Susan.
Hello, Susan. And then I raised that tree back up again, and I don't know if I like that. Tree raised like that. So something's got to give. Something's got to give. So right now what's happening? It's like some fence builder got in here or something. I don't know. Okay, so that's the biggest thing concerning me at this point. And then as I've worked on this, what I've seen is, look, we've got light, dark, light, dark, light, dark, and then it goes lighter than that, but darker. But, you know, how many times do we want to sing that song? How many times do we want to sing that song? All that was looking a little equal to me. So I was considering what it might look like if we just threw all of this right here in shadow. I think that's going to help her stand out a little bit better. And then the only light there could be the water. And what that will do for us, one of the things it will do for us, is it'll make a real nice light here. So what I'm seeing now is on the grass, have it come across the negative shapes here, through, and then up along there. And I think that might be real nice. And then maybe just a touch of something back there to go along with that. And much like Karen's, the reference from this morning, where we gradated the light off the wall from the window, where we were on this side for her painting, but here we're going to have the sunset. And I want that shooting across a little bit and kind of dying down to where by the time we get over here, it's a bit gray. Okay? And that way, she's basically the only color, or that warm color over here. We want some of this warm repeated in the sky and gradating off. We need some beautiful negative shapes and shapes right here. And then we've got our light going across. And then our water. Okay. So, I hope that made sense to you guys, because in my head it is very clear. And I say that again, this is a little bit of an experiment. I'm trying to take you guys basically inside my head and what I think about and how I operate when I'm building my paintings. So,
Susan said, I love the green light on the purple mountain.
The green. Yeah, and again, those are really... Stop. There we go. I like the general feel of it, but the measure's a little off. Every measure in here is a little off. And so it's kind of where to start. Again, I feel like I need to figure out this tree versus her head. The tree versus her head. Anybody got any ideas? So, are we in a new layer? Yep, we're in a new layer. Yeah, see, and this is the other thing that's not working. Look at that. Oh, those freaking fence builders have been here. Dang it. Dang it, dang it, dang it. Okay. So, what if we made her a bit bigger? I don't know. I don't know, but we're going to try it out. Maybe like that. But if her, it's pretty aggressive in it being so forward. But I'm hoping if we keep the colors a little bit soft, that we can get away with it. And then the question here is, yeah, it's obvious. If we want to show distance, we've got to go, she's the biggest, then the tree, then the mountain. Duh, Jason. Okay, okay. Be nice to me. Here we go. All right, so I'm going to start taking a little bit of this tree back. And part of the thing is, too, is we need to give this tree the interesting shapes that it actually has. And look how I've got to change this here because we're at a different place in the sky. And the other thing we want to do is give it some nice negative shapes in here. Okay. And again, I have some general ideas, but I'm trying to feel my way through here. So now that's literally the same size as her face. But look, that whole note's going to read as her face and her neck and the top of the chest there. So we might be okay. And just that might be okay tells you, you know what, you haven't done enough.
Susan wants to know if we can move us down or the painting up.
Oh yeah. Oh, sorry.
So they can see the
I'm looking down. Let's go over here. There we go. There we go. See if, and you know what? Let's do this too, because that's where I'm working.
Yeah.
Finally, I'm starting to understand. All right, let's see. Here we go. All right, let's get this out of here, get that out of here. Let's get rid of that. Looks like a few fences in there to me. I don't know. What do you see? All right. Anyway, that tree needs to be designed a little bit, but how does that composition? Okay, so her to the tree feels better to me. We gotta get some distance in there somehow. But now we got a mountain. A mountain. But it's a mountain. It can't go smaller than a tree. Okay. But
Oh, yes, it can.
when I grow up, I might be a bird.
What?
Expand your imagination. Right? When you're a kid, you can grow up to be a bird.
You can do anything.
You can do anything. Except cook a really good lasagna.
Depends on the kid. Have you seen some of those cooking shows?
Yeah, but who cleans up?
Yeah, I know.
Alright, I'm getting a little persnickety there. Have to be careful. So I programmed this in the computer as a 18 inch by 48 inch, so this thing's huge.
Huge.
Huge, it's so big. Alright.
Huge.
So, yeah, that feels better, and then we gotta keep cutting mountains down because, we're gods. That's what gods do. They make mountains, and they shrink mountains, and they move mountains, and so it takes a lot to be a creator. But not more than you have. It does not take more than you have. So I don't know about you, but to me, there's some things that are feeling a little better now. A little better. And let's go ahead and just throw all of this in shadow. Right, this foreground, just throw it in shadow. And then there'll be trees back here. That'll separate a little bit, but they're going to be continue. And I thought this would be good here, exactly because that'll be a dark against her face. And then she's got lips. Oops, too far. I took her chin off. Oh, she'll grow out of it. Don't worry. Don't worry. Okay. And then the thing with her, and this is important because this is going to, what's it going to do, Jason? What's it going to do? So this is, I know, too much, but remember we talked about the side plane of the head today? So that side plane is basically all in the air. Right? You don't even see that ear there. But that all says air. And so if there's a side plane of the nose, that'll say air. All right, so these side planes hello? Can I speak to side plane? Air. Air. Side plane answers, you get air on this particular painting. All right. And of course, some of the lips would turn around and the chin would turn around, all that. But you see, we've got a lot less quote unquote light there to work with. But wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. So this is one of those funky things, and this is part of the reason it's taken me so long to do this, is because I haven't had a chance to sit down and figure out this rim light situation.
Oh.
We got a whole rim light situation happening here. Okay, so not a lot. And let's see. It looks like there's some of it running up like that. Again, we're not competing for the beauty pageant yet. We're not competing for the beauty pageant yet. And then since we're in here, what we should probably do looks like it's too dark. But we can still get a sense of what's happening. Right, and that's going to come up to her ear. And then cast. There. Then let's see. There's that hair kind of going across. Boom, bada boom, boom. Is everybody okay? Does this make sense? I hope you can follow. But I'm going to try to see this through a little bit. Let's see. Okay, so, and we're still rough. That pink's way too bright, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Way too bright. So, should we spend a few minutes in here and play with some of these skin tones, or do we need to work with the design? I'll let you guys discuss that amongst yourself while I play here for a minute and look for some things.
Hi, Tom.
Mr. Tom Dawson.
Tom says, like how this is developing this time around.
Nice.
I like.
I didn't quite get to your painting today, bud, so if we need to talk, let's do it. Let's do it. We'll hook up afterwards or something. Let's see, that needs to be lighter. And let's see, so this is going to be that kind of orange flavor, but it's going to be very, there we go. There we go. So again, that light's coming there, so we got to turn. Right, what we're doing is just turning the form a little easier. See, we go down and then we come out. And, all right, there, that spills through like that. Let's see if we can make that light full. See if we can make that full. And then even on this one, maybe we can make that light full. Okay, we're getting a little bit better. But who put that air in there? You gotta fire that guy. You gotta fire that guy.
Maybe it was windy.
Let's see. Well, let's soften some edges and see if we can't make friends with our neighbors. Let's just try to soften some edges and see if we can't make friends with our neighbors. And we're not talking about softening the edges that you're knocking the walls of their house down, so. Okay, so we still have some work to do, but she's slowly getting a little more natural looking. So then that brings us to those upright trees right behind her. What do those need to be so that we can get her skin tones looking decent? Well, they're going to have a little bit of yellow in them so that they come forward. And of course they can have light and shadow. Maybe what we want to find is just the general mid-tone here right now. So that's not bad, but that's going to be hard to walk that all the way down the valley. So we get a little more oomph. Yeah. Okay, so this is going to take, can you guys see that? It's the same value, but it basically just takes that chroma out and it's slightly cooler. And so what that's going to do is let that reddish orangish on her dominate. Okay, again, this isn't a place where I'm going to be super careful. I mean, generally, but this, again, what is this? We're just trying to discover the patterns and the general values here. I mean, general colors. Ah, okay. So that already looks, and is this big shadow somewhere we want to look? Well, not necessarily. So could we take some of the chroma out of that too? Yeah, for right now, at least. Even that tree out. There we go. All right. That water. What are we gonna do with that water? So that water's a light up here, reflecting the sky.
You want to scoot us to the bottom?
It's not my fault. That painting keeps moving. Freaking tie that thing down. Tie it down. It's gonna blow away. Okay, here we go. All right, so again, I'm gonna get less here, a little grayer, a little quieter, and then we're gonna grow towards that sunset. Right, again, so we're taking it's kind of flat in one thing, and now we're gonna really be jazzing it up here. Because we're jazzy kinds of people. All right, here we go, here we go. And then what's missing from this picture would be the tree reflecting in the water, right? Reflecting the shadow. Then, of course, you have the darks, but those are going to be reflecting in the water. Okay, I think we're on to something. I think you're on to something. What do you guys think about that green there? That green and light. What do you think about that green and light? A little bit of a clown car? A little bit of a clown car? All right. Well, let's see what else we could do here then. Clown car. Jeez, you guys. You guys.
I was not expecting that.
Expect the unexpected.
Yep.
You should know by that by now, sweetie.
Well, that's me usually, not you.
Let's see. So that matches the water. So if we want to be twinsies, and the water's supposed to be like a yellow sky. This grass is going to be, why don't we make that into a cool green? Let's see what happens. Well, that cool green through the sunset would look like that. A bit darker. Wow, things got crazy there quick. There we go. Yeah, you see as I just even, this whole thing, if we just gray this out. Because yeah, it's going to play a little role. You see it almost immediately that feels a little more natural. That feels a little more natural. Going to soften some edges of that reflections in the water. Okay. Okay, so now my computer's not responding to me. Please listen, please. Okay, there we go. If that is up front, what is that hill in the background going to look like? In light. So I want to compare it with that, and maybe look how gray that is. But I think that's going to be more appropriate for the light on the hills back there. And then if we want, we could make sure we run some sky holes through there. You see how that's a little quieter, and then what would be the appropriate shadow for that? Ooh, is that appropriate? I don't know, man. I don't think that's appropriate. I'm not comfortable, guys. I'm not comfortable with this. I think this is a bad idea. We should go back. We're going to get into trouble. Is that okay? What do you guys think? Would that be okay for a shadow back there? It's going to be weaker than these dark trees up front. To me, that's more appropriate. All right, and you know how I am on etiquette. It's very important. All right. How are we doing on time? So I've gotten lost here. All right, so we got about 20 minutes. We got 20 minutes. Okay. So if you guys have questions or anything, but I hope you see, again, it's a little bit of a process, but man, I'm engaged and going full strong. How are we going to change that sky? That sky's got me. It's got you what? Don't make me say it. Let's see. Just want a little more color. Is that pink what I want? Yeah. Right, so that'd be orange, with a ton of white in it. Let's give it a shot. So we want to think close to the setting sun. And then we want to move out from that setting sun. Boop, boop, boop. What's after this? Well, we're gonna head to the lightest green of the sky. Somewhere in there. So I was just coming in here and soften some edges between these transitions. Look, that's where my tree used to be. Okay, so I like where this is going and why. Well, because okay, I feel somebody is dragging their pencil. When I find out who it is, they are in so much trouble. So I feel like we have an opportunity for a real note here. I like the quietness of that note, even though it's lighter. I like the silhouette. Now we're gonna have to do more in here, but I like grouping all of that together. And I'm gonna make these trees, and those trees, if I wanted to, and it may be a good idea just to take these trees off the top, and then we're not gonna have to worry about what that looks like, right? Because that part will just melt into those trees that are behind it. So that's one possibility. I also like the light on this much better because it's quieter, and because it's quieter, look how much more power that sky has. So since she's a person and right, it's a face, that's going to have quite a bit of psychological weight. So I'm hoping to use that psychological weight with the weight of these lighter sunset colors. And then as we move across the sky, these sunset colors will slowly die out to where it's relatively gray here before we get to the show over there. Okay, I hope that makes sense. 212. Okay. So I'm just going to continue to do that. Like I said, if you guys have questions or comments, feel free. Cindy is here helping us out, and she is the communicator extraordinaire.
Now pull it up.
Oh. Your zipper's undone again, Jason. Oh, jeez. All right. All right. This is embarrassing.
I gotta keep you in line.
Embarrassing. I don't know how I live with myself. Oh, whew. All right. So, what are we doing? We're back here at our green sky, and now that's going to slowly start going towards blue. Is that too much? That felt like a hair too much. That's even okay. So we're going to do just a bit of this to help us transition. From our yellow into our blue. Again, let that light be full. Don't let that outer layer invade the inner layer, because the inner layer is more light. And remember, light always invades the darkness. Darkness never invades the light. How's our sky? Can you guys see it happening, kind of moving? And again, even now, it's at kind of a rough level, but considering where we started today, this is a lot more refined. And so I can work this out, again, gross or big steps into the more subtle steps. All right, so where we're going, slowly over to here. Oh, who is dragging their pencil? Who is doing that? Why would you do that kind of thing? Right, and that could come in right about the side at her hair too, couldn't it? Tricky, tricky, tricky. Okay, look, the light invades the darker does not invade the lighter. Rules of the universe. Just rules of the universe. All right, so where did we go today? Where did we still have some time? This is woo. This always happens though. We have a little bit of time. I say, oh good, I got 10 minutes, and then an hour and 45 minutes later. So all that's a bit of work, kind of doing it and getting that down. There's even there. That was my first attempt at that gradation. We're hitting our light. So all this was still yesterday we worked on. I think I did this after. Yeah, that was all after yesterday. Okay, and we started today here talking. A lot of talking, Jason. A lot of talking. Then we started cutting. And changing and relating and grouping. Okay, so what do you guys think so far? What do you think so far? Are you guys able to keep your eyes open? Watch the paint dry? So, from here to there is what? Is that too much? Again, look, what I did was I took the chroma out, and look how much better that looks. Ha ha, Jason's a fence builder. Look, that's the same as that. Oh, whatever. Buzz off. Okay. So we'll get that, but that's another line of trees back there, right? I feel like man, how sloppy. Oh, I was trying to cover stuff up. That's why. That's why. I was trying to cover up some other guy's mistakes. Who was on here before me? I gotta quit letting people use my iPad. Alright, and then, look, let's take that next layer. And that will do so much. That'll do so much for your paintings. Right, it'll really take that tree and open it up through all those layers. Alright, and take that. And again, that could come and go and come and go. And now we got to get to the mountains. So if this is light here, then light back there has got to be even less. Woo, what? What happened? What happened?
Getting crazy.
Gotta get a new driver for this thing. There we go. Okay, so there's the light. And is this light? Yeah, it's weaker than that. Not too far. And then the shadow. That's too bright. Too colorful. So what we're going to do, we're just going to go, we're going to see where that is. And then we're going to drop down, come up, come up. Ah, there we go. So the light and the dark are getting closer. You see how that works in kind of silhouettes? And it feels overall like that's too dark to me. But, you know, who am I? Who am I to judge? So let's send this next one back a little harder. And we'll just do silhouette on this one. And then do we have room for one more back there? Silhouette on that one. That can't happen. That behind mountain can't be in front of the front mountain. Okay.
221.
Yep. And I think this is a relatively good place to stop. Again, this took me, well, honestly, this was probably, you know, an hour yesterday during the show, about an hour today during the show. And I easily worked 2 to 3 hours on it in between shows. So, you know, after painting it several times and have this, that's about 5 hours of playing and pushing and pulling. It didn't seem like 5 hours of work to me. But again, some of it was me trying to explain it rather than just doing it. When I'm just doing it, I can take greater leaps. So, all right, we got Tom's approval. Tom, the chair of the board. Is it the chair? Who's head of the board?
Chairman?
The chairman. Chairman of the board. There we go. You can guess I'm on a lot of boards.
Lots of them.
Lots of them.
Lots of them.
All right, everybody. Well, this is Friday. Is this their third week of live streaming?
Yes.
An introvert has been live streaming for 3 weeks.
It's crazy.
His wife hasn't left him. It's awesome. Now, this has been going good. We've really enjoyed you working. I've figured out some of my problems. I hope we've helped push you forward. We'll be back tonight at 8 to look at a master's work. And then we'll have the weekend off. Be back Monday. We'll have a regular schedule through Thursday morning, student feedback. And after student feedback Thursday morning, we're going to take a break till Monday morning. Take a little bit of Christmas Eve and Christmas Day off and the weekend. And then we'll be back. And you know what? It's going to be January before you know it. So we'll probably let up off the accelerator just a little bit. Refine these things, but keep them coming. Maybe just not every day. All right. I hope you guys get a chance to paint. Have a nice, relaxing day. What did we forget, baby? Anything?
If you like the video, give us a thumbs up.
Oh, yeah.
If you have not already, subscribe to the button in the little lower right-hand corner. Over there. It's over there. Nope, over there. Right there. Hit that red button. Subscribe. Helps us. And then you can find us easy. So, thanks for joining us, you guys.